Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip. Scientists just discovered what happens to your personality and intelligence when you deal poorly with everyday stress. An expert opinion by Jeff Hayden. You probably know that stress impacts your life. Of the approximately 80% of U.S. workers who say they experience stress at work, half say stress negatively affects their behavior, and more than 3 out of 4 say stress results in headaches, fatigue, and problems sleeping. You might also know that stress can literally kill. An Oregon State University study found that people who experience persistently moderate or high levels of stressful life events over a number of years have a 50% higher mortality rate. But what you probably don't know is that stress can change your personality, and in the process, impact your level of intelligence. According to a 20-year study recently published in Psychology and Aging, the more poorly participants handled daily stressors, the more introverted, unfriendly, and closed off from new experiences they became. Granted, becoming more or less extroverted is relatively unimportant, unless you want to be more or less outgoing and social. Broadly speaking, introverts are no less happy or intelligent or successful than extroverts. Some might argue more. But being more or less friendly does matter. A Harvard Business Review study found that being likable plays a bigger role than being competent in work relationships. People would rather work with a lovable fool than a competent jerk. A study published in Accounting, Organizations, and Society found that likable people are more likely to get others to go along with their suggestions, even if those suggestions lack supporting evidence. Or as Mark Cuban says, being nice is one of the most underrated business skills. Being open to new experiences matter as well. According to a study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, PNAS, that involved millions of participants, openness, your willingness to engage in and explore new experiences, ideas, information, interpersonal relationships, etc., is the only personality trait with a substantial correlation to intelligence. Openness can make you smarter, and by extension, can make you happier. According to a study published in Psychological Medicine, levels of happiness are highest in the highest IQ groups and lowest in the lowest IQ groups, which leads us back to stress. The less you're able to deal with daily stress, not major stressors like a major illness or injury, loss of income, changes in relationships, etc., but comparatively, little stuff, the less extroverted, agreeable, and open you'll become over time. As the researchers write, these findings clarify how changes in daily experiences are related to broader personality changes and inform integrative frameworks of personality development across the adult lifespan. Or in non-researcher speak, the poorer you deal with stress, the more your personality will change, and the greater the impact on your intelligence and happiness. Problem is, better managing daily stressors, like getting more sleep or freeing up time to do the things you really want to do, features prominently on the list of things easier said than done, unless you do a little cognitive reframing. When something happens that makes you feel nervous, challenged, scared, etc., your body responds. Your heart rate increases. Your breathing might get shallower and faster. Your body temperature rises. Those responses are automatic and normal. Your body spotted a problem or challenge and said, time to gear up. Problem is, you also vasoconstrict. The muscles inside your blood vessels tighten, making the space inside smaller. Vasoconstriction raises your blood pressure and reduces circulation to your extremities, which is why when you feel super stressed, your fingers and toes can feel cold. That's why chronic stress is directly linked to cardiovascular disease. That natural response to a problem or challenge, it's terrible for you. But here's the thing. A study published in Journal of Experimental Psychology found that when people view their stress response as helpful, seeing their body's natural response to stress as a sign their body is rising to a challenge, they don't vasoconstrict. Their blood pressure doesn't rise. In fact, Their physiological profiles looked like what health psychologist Kelly McGonigal describes as what happens in moments of joy and courage. By thinking about stress differently, by seeing stress as a good thing, they changed how their bodies responded, which likely made them respond more thoughtfully, proactively, and successfully to whatever challenge they faced. You don't need research to tell you that feeling stressed negatively impacts your professional and personal performance. We all perform better when we feel more confident and self-assured. So what should you do? While research shows simply trying to ignore stress rarely works, reframing stress can. If you aren't familiar, cognitive reframing is a psychological technique that consists of identifying and changing the way you view situations, experiences, events, emotions, etc. Say you're nervous about an important sales meeting. See the fact you feel nervous as a good thing. It means you have the chance to win a major account. Or say you're concerned you won't be able to deliver on a tight timetable. See the fact you are concerned as a good thing. It means your company has the chance to be a hero for your customer. The same is true for pressure. As tennis legend Billie Jean King likes to say, pressure is a privilege. Pressure means you're in a position to do something meaningful, something important, something where the outcome truly matters. When you feel nervous or stressed, when you feel your heart rate rise and your breathing quicken, reframe those feelings. See it as your body rising to a challenge, helping you be more able to step in or step up, or eliminate a problem or challenge. See stress as a signal that you have the opportunity to make your life better. While you can never totally control your emotions, you can better control how you manage them. Not only will that make the short-term outcome better, it can also help you stay or become more extroverted, friendly, and open. And in the process, smarter and happier. Win, 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 win. That's it from Inc. for today, but you can find more expert opinions from today's top thought leaders and entrepreneurs at Inc.com. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another tip from Inc.